Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here with a very special Halloween edition of the Physical Media Show Off Show. Now, it's no secret that around here I am a huge fan of John Carpenter's films, whether it's Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing, or the ones that don't have Kurt Russell in them. And one of my favorite things about John Carpenter's films is that he's usually in charge of putting together the music as well, which is really interesting because filmmaking is a combination of audio and visual storytelling. So it's really unique when you've got the same person directing the movie and composing the film soundtrack. His compositions are moody, atmospheric, ominous, and he essentially created the genre that we know now as synthwave. Now, there are a whole bunch of great bands out there playing this kind of music, but I still think that no one does it better than John, along with his son Cody and his godson Daniel Davies. In the last 4 years or so, John has shot up my playlist. I would say top 5 as far as hours listened to, and that goes all through the Lost Themes records, which I really enjoy, and also diving back to some of the older stuff like the Fog soundtrack or Christine. But seeing as how it's Halloween season, we're gonna take a look at arguably his greatest work yet. That's right, I'm talking about the soundtracks to the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy. Now, say what you want about the films themselves, there are a lot of varying opinions out there, and I think they're all legitimate and justified. But I think most fans can agree that what John and his team put together for these 3 films is quite possibly the greatest music we've ever heard in horror cinema. So grab your pumpkins and knives, get carving, and let's take a look at some vinyl. Guys, we're gonna dive into 2 versions of Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and whether you like it or not, Halloween Ends. So let's get right to it. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Here it is, folks, the soundtrack to 2018's Halloween. Yeah, they named it the same thing as the original film. I remember being so excited when this came out, not only seeing Michael in the theater once again, but also having an interpretation so close to the original, or at least it was looking that way. And having John Carpenter come back as a producer, and then also to do the music. So yeah, let's get into this beautiful vinyl here that we've got. Love the aged look of the mask there. I'm gonna post pictures of every little bit of this so you guys can get a close-up look. Let's get in and see what we got. There's the rear cover there. Let's get it out of the sleeve here, and it'll just look a lot better. Okay, there we go. Check that back cover as well. We've got Laurie with the out of focus shape. I think that's right before she blows a hole through his shoulder there. And gorgeous gatefold here of that shot where Michael finally puts his mask back on. And then we've got our inner sleeve here where we get to see the band. As I mentioned before, we got John Carpenter, we've got Daniel Davies, and Cody Carpenter as well. So we got a track listing, picture of the group, and then we've also got this great shot of Michael. I think this is from the finale scene where Laurie puts the floodlights on and is getting ready to take down the boogeyman. And yeah, let's check out the vinyl here. I always try to put my records in these protective sleeves, even if they, this is technically a sleeve here, but I don't want it to get damaged. So here's a look at side A. Again, you're gonna have some pictures of all of this so you guys can get a really good look. We got that excellent shot of Michael's mask there. And then on side B, oh, it's the pumpkin. Yeah, at first it's kind of tough to tell what it is, but it's the pumpkin. Love what the folks over at Sacred Bones do. This is the first release of the soundtrack, and we're gonna take a look at something super sweet. I've got an extended version of the soundtrack that is special edition, so let's bring that over next up. So this one is really tough to take a picture of. I'm gonna show you guys what I got, but just with the reflection and everything, very difficult. But the idea here is that as you move this sleeve back and forth, it's like the flames are moving, if you can see that. It's pretty cool. And then on the back, I like how it superimposes the title here. But yeah, let's slide this off and take a look at what we got here in the extended version of the soundtrack. I picked up this beauty at Wooden Tooth Records in Tucson, Arizona. If you're ever in the Tucson area, I highly recommend checking this shop out. They've got something for everybody. When I stumbled upon this, I knew I had to have it. Look at those gorgeous flames up front. And then, yeah, like you saw before, the knife, and I think that's Laurie that's got the knife there. And this looks like it's going to be another gatefold. Yeah, look at this really cool, unique piece of art that they got of the Strode ladies doing their thing. Pretty awesome. You can check out those pictures that I'm going to overlay here for you. And let's take a look at the vinyl itself. This extended version of the soundtrack is a double LP, so let's go ahead and take a look, starting with the sleeves here. All right, so we've got the image of that rotted pumpkin there that they used during the credits. And on the flip side of the first record, we've got the fully realized pumpkin there from the credits as well. Same kind of shot here on the vinyl, but look at this gorgeous orange that we've got. So we've got the rotted pumpkin there, and then of course the OG pumpkin. Gosh, they really got the detail right as far as the way the nose looks. It looks like the knife, and then they've got that eye that looks kind of like Michael's silhouette there. So really cool LP there on the disc 1. And checking out the second disc here, we've got the sleeve for side C showing all the tracks and the pumpkin, and then you've got side D as well. And taking a look at the record itself, you've got your traditional black vinyl, stunning 180 gram beautiful pumpkin. Following up with Halloween Kills, not only do they ratchet up the violence and brutality here, but the music takes it up a notch as well. More unsettling themes, really interesting progressions that just kind of leave you feeling dirty the way that I think Kills is intended to make you feel. Let's pop this out of its sleeve and give you a better look here. All right, going back to that front cover. Love this iconic look of the burnt mask. There's just something about Michael in this film where he's the fiercest we've ever seen him. You know, whereas in the 2018 film, I think he's the most interesting he's been since the first entry, but here we get this brutal version of Michael and music to match. Let's check out the back cover here. We get this great shot of Michael. Looks like he's hanging out in Judith's doorway there of his home that Big John and Little John are living in. And let's take a look at this awesome gatefold shot here of him coming out of Laurie's burning house. And even though this one is a gatefold, it is a single LP, but well worth it, so let's check it out. The sleeve here, really cool picture of Karen, Laurie, and Allison after the events of Halloween 2018, and we got the track listing there. And then on the reverse side, we've got the shot of Laurie ready to go into action and get Michael after killing Karen. And getting into the vinyl, we've got this really cool black splatter on a split orange and red. This is the kind of stuff that Sacred Bones does so well. I mean, even if you're gonna get a standard issue, their packaging and the care they put into it is well worth it. But here, this is exactly what collectors wanna see. This is why I can't stop buying vinyl. And finishing up a very special spooky season episode of the Physical Media Show Off Show, we've got Halloween Ends, which very well might be the best of the bunch. When this record was announced, I immediately went to pre-order my copy because I knew I wanted to get a special release. They've got this red foil that's really cool and an awesome effect on the back that I really want to show you guys. So let's get it out of the sleeve and see what we've got. All right, of course, I'll let you take another look at the cover there without that glossy outer sleeve there. And then on the back, you've got a shot that looks, you know, just like a shot of Michael holding the butcher knife, but if you tilt it at the right angle, it's like it turns into Laurie, which is a really cool concept because I actually thought while watching Halloween Ends, there were a couple parts where I was like, man, Laurie is kind of acting like Michael here. This one isn't a gatefold, but it's got some really cool stuff inside. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got. Look at that inner sleeve. So we've got the title of the film and all the tracks there. Really love the simple presentation here. And look at this shot of Michael in the red. I really like that motif that they went with on this vinyl release. And while we're riding this wave of Michael in red, I want to show you guys the poster that's in here, which will be really tough to display on the table. but you will see a picture overlaid the video here while I fumble about with it. I can't even fit it all in the shot, but you get a really cool idea there of what Michael looks like. Again, the whole presentation here by Sacred Bones is second to none. But it wouldn't be a true episode of the Physical Media Show-Off Show if we didn't give you a look at the goods here, the media we all came for. And just like how this soundtrack might be the best out of the David Gordon Green films, I think that this vinyl itself is the best looking one that we've got here today. So without any further suspense, let's take a look at what we've got here. Oh man, this red, white, and black vinyl. Check out those still images. It is so cool looking. We got this shot of Corey in his scarecrow mask there. That is on both sides. Really cool kind of pinwheel look here as it spins on your record player. Kate and I love our Audio-Technica record player. We run that through our Marshall Stanmore 2. It's just got such a warm sound. It fills up our whole house. I talk about it every episode just because I want you guys to know what we use here to enjoy our 529 records in the collection. Guys, that is gonna wrap it up for this Halloween episode of the Physical Media Show-Off Show. Let me know in the comments below which soundtrack out of these is your favorite. Are you more the 2018 crowd? You like Kills, you like Ends? Or even if there's another soundtrack in the series that's your favorite, you know, outside of the original, we all love that original soundtrack, but if there's one that speaks to you, please let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed what you saw here on this episode, please like the video. If you really liked what you saw, why don't you head on over to our channel, check out the main page, give us a subscribe. That way you can catch up on all of our shows. We've got some movie reviews, interviews, and some new stuff coming up here in the future. As always, I will leave links in the description below so you can add these records to your collection if you'd like. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here today. I've been and will continue to be Davey Deathray. Take care.